All right, Leo. So, welcome to your love reading. Okay, so I do the Celtic cross. You're probably familiar with it. So, the first position in the Celtic cross is what is the foundation of what's going on? What's the foundation of the situation? So, we have the 3 of Pentacles, and you actually have a lot of pentacles and a lot of cups. So, the 3 of Pentacles is really a card of nobility and glory and success through work. So this month, this is a love reading, but I'm also seeing in some of these cards, they have a lot to do with offices and buildings and people, and so you may be involved or interested in or work with someone that you care about a lot. So I don't know if you're married and you work together, or there's a lot of stuff going on at work, or you're interested in somebody at work, or someone at work's really interested in you. So that's kind of a theme throughout this, the way I see these laid out. But this is really a card of glory and success and skill. So whatever you're doing, you really are being successful at it. You're very happy and content, and there's definitely somebody there, and it could be either that maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend or somebody you're interested in is also really interested in your work and very supportive also. So I don't really see any issues here. So that's kind of the foundation. Is it's a very strong work month, and there's also a lot of happiness. So let's see what's crossing you. And what's crossing you is the 2 of Wands. So this is the 2 of Wands is most likely you. The Wands are fire signs, so it could be you, or you could be involved with a fire sign. And you can see that. But the 2 of Wands is really it's kind of a man or a person standing on top of his building, and he's overlooking the countryside, and you see water down there, and he's kind of contemplating the situation and contemplating life, and being proud, but definitely deep and thoughtful. You see he's holding the world in his hand, so he feels very content with where he is in life, but still always analyzing and still deep in thought, kind of looking out into the future, or maybe looking out over a situation, and just being still and analyzing. And that kind of goes along with this card also, the 3 of Pentacles, because you may have reached a point in your life where you're set and you're happy and you're content, and maybe you're looking for somebody to be in a relationship with, or maybe you're in a relationship with someone and things are just going really well. I'm concerned, not so much concerned, but we'll talk about this moon card, but that's crowning the reading in a minute. But the overall situation is very content. You're successful, you're set in life, you're doing what you want to do, but you're definitely still contemplating things. Whether it be for the good or the bad, you're definitely contemplating things. And what's grounding, one more thing, this could also be interpreted as a card of sadness, and so whatever you're contemplating, something's on your mind. Something about in your love life is on your mind, and I think you're successful, but you're definitely contemplating something, and that goes right along with this. But I'm not too worried, because what's grounding this situation is the Ace of Pentacles, and this is the groundwork for the whole reading. And this card is really showing pure contentment and ecstasy and speed and gold, and it's a card of wealth and fortune, but it's also that you feel lucky and grateful that it's there, and it's being kind of handed to you, or you've done all the groundwork, and now you can just rest in your success. But and it's here right in front of you. It's right there, right ready for your taking. And so you're here. You're definitely here. But something's on your mind. So let's keep going. So what's crowning the situation is the moon card. And I think this is the only major arcana that you have. So this is pretty significant for you. I don't know what's on your mind, but the moon card there's kind of two sides to it. On one aspect, on an issue or a negative aspect, it's a card of kind of hidden deception or error, or you're really worried about something. And the other way to look at it is you're worried about something or something's going on, but you also know you're not going to get caught up in it. You're not going to stay back here. You're going to walk through the gates and you're going to follow this pathway through to the stars and through to the countryside. And you're not too worried, because you see a bright future. So maybe something's new and you're ready to find somebody and it's a new relationship and you're just not sure about where it's going. And that could just be as much as it is. It doesn't need to be very serious, not something to really worry about, but it is something that is on your mind. And since it's the only major arcana and it's crowning your reading, it's something that you're taking very seriously, and you could be having dreams about something or dreams about someone, and you're worried about where it's going, or you're worried that you did something or that you said something or they said something that you took wrong, and you're just not sure right now. So you're just contemplating it. But everything else in your life seems to be going very well. It's just the love department is kind of confusing for you right now, and you're very contemplative about it. But if you look in your recent past, you have the 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is pure contentment. Everything's perfect. You've taken charge and you're really happy, and life is where you want it to be. You see they're standing under the rainbow, all their cups are full, they're in a park or in the countryside, there's a house back here, there's children playing. So it's really just a card full, like your bosom is full with happiness and joy, and you're just exactly where you want to be, and you couldn't be happier about it. So that's the 10 of Cups, and that's in your recent past. So you may have just met somebody and everything was going well, and then something minor happened and you're kind of spinning out about it and you're all worried. Or maybe it could be a situation where you're married and financially your life is set, but you're maybe just in a little bit of a rut. Marriages go through ruts. There's ebbs and flows. Relationships go through little ruts, and it's nothing that we have to get too worried about. Just be happy with where you are, and it seems like you really are. And step back a little bit and watch. Step back a little bit from the situation and just kind of, think about it, but don't get too worked up about it, because sometimes when we get so worked up in our minds, we cause more problems than are really there. So that's your recent past, which is a great card. Now, in your recent future, we have the King of Swords. Oh, I also want to say, before we move on, cups pertain to water signs. There are some people that have, a lot of water energy. And I always notice when the moon is around and there's cups, I always point out there's water here too. So somebody that could possibly be a water sign is giving you a little bit of a trouble. But you're just going to decide to move forward either with the situation or just with your life, or just continue looking forward, because generally you're very happy and content and successful. Now, swords are air signs, and this is in your recent or your near future. And the King of Swords is a card of just complete authority and command, and it pertains to, legal matters, not necessarily legal matters so much as more business and office buildings and enterprise. And so this could be an energy that's surrounding you right now, not necessarily somebody that you're dealing with, but maybe you're just in work mode and you're going into town and you're working and you're getting your stuff done and you're taking charge of everything and you feel powerful and everything's just going swimmingly. So that could be just kind of the general energy that's going around flowing around with you. And it could be maybe you feel you're worried because maybe you're kind of feel like you might be working too much. But don't ever worry about that you are doing something that you really want to be doing, that it could be taking a toll on your relationships, because that also, the worrying about it can take a toll on the relationships. Just be happy, do your stuff, and know where you are. Just, don't do it for years on end. But if you're really busy this week or the next few weeks and you're taking control of your situation, or they could also be, and you're like, hey, wait, what about me? I'm here. We just met, or we've been in this lovely marriage and now all you're doing is working all the time. Don't worry so much, because it's in your near future, but it doesn't always last forever. Be happy when someone, whether it be you or someone in your life, is taking control of the situation and working and being proactive, because that is always a good thing. Now, there could be legal issues, or someone could be going through a legal issue, and that could be having you a little bit worried. But I don't see issues, really. I just see kind of enterprise and work and taking charge, that type of energy. Now, the seventh card in the Celtic Cross, this position right here, is how, these are my two favorite positions in this layout, in this spread, because the seventh card is how you feel about the situation. What are your thoughts about the situation and how you're feeling? What's the general energy around you and how you're viewing it? And then the eighth card is how your partner, or how the outside world is viewing you, and how they're viewing but more importantly, how they're viewing the situation. So these two cards are really interesting. We can always get a lot of insight into things when we can see, oh, this is how I'm feeling, but they may actually be feeling this, and it's completely different than what I'm feeling. So maybe I'm getting so worried about for nothing, or maybe I really am way more in love with them than they are with me. Things like that. It's kind of good to see the differing views, because everybody doesn't think exactly the way you do, and that's a good thing. We just have to be smart enough to realize that and kind of take ownership for the fact that they may be viewing it differently, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so in how you're viewing the situation, we have the Ten of Pentacles. And I also love this card. It's Pentacles, so it really speaks to riches and growth and gain, family and home. And you can see I don't know if you can see that. You can see we have a couple here. They're out in the city. They're out and about. There's tall, beautiful buildings around them. There's loving animals. It's a sunny day. It's very bright. And there's money all over the place. So this card and whatever's going on in your life, you feel good about it. Maybe you just got some contract signed, or maybe you've met somebody and they have a lot of money and they're not worried about that you don't. Things like that. But you're viewing the situation of, financially, work-wise, I'm set. I'm ready for love. I'm ready to focus on love. You're not worried about that. So you feel very content with respect to your financial situation and your work life. And there's people around too, which is good, because it means you're not isolating yourself. And Leos are a fire energy, and they don't let themselves be isolated really either. I mean, everybody needs their downtime once in a while, but they're also very social. I know, Sagittarius and Aries are also very social beings. And so you're out and about, you're happy, you're doing your thing, and that's good. Now, how they're viewing the situation, Cups again. So we could be dealing with the water sign or water energy. How they are viewing the situation, which it sounds like it's a great situation. It doesn't really seem like there's any problems. It seems like you just might be getting caught up in your head a little bit. Not much though. But they're seeing the situation as they're here to offer you service. This is a young, strong person, and they are educated or getting educated, and they are here to bring you news and messages. And they're here. Look at him. He's holding his cup out to you and it's full. They're here to offer you service and information. And this can also be a card of business and kind of meditation. So There's definitely some messages coming. It's not like the Eight of Wands where messages come quickly to you and you know that you're just expecting a message. But this person seems very happy about the situation. Look, he's jovial. They're wearing bright colors, well dressed. They are happy about the situation, and they're also very excited to be there with you and for you, which is good because you want people around. You're wanting to have people around, and you're ready to go. It's a nice, beautiful spring day. Spring is just around the corner. It's starting to warm up everywhere. And let's go out. Let's have fun. Come with me. Bring your friends. Be available. I'm available. Let's go. That's kind of the energy that I'm seeing around how both of you are viewing the situation. And if you're in a long-term relationship, just know they're there and they want to be there for you. And if you're getting really busy and bogged down at work, they want to be there. And they want to offer service to you. So don't be afraid to ask. Leos are very good at communicating what they want, and they have a way of not being like demanding. They have a really warm charm about how they ask for things and how they get people to do things with them. And it's always a good energy, which is perfect because they're willing. They are there and they are ready and willing. Okay, the 9th position in the Celtic Cross is we have the Two of Cups. And this position is your hopes and fears with regard to the situation. So we have how you feel about it, how they feel about it, and your hopes and fears surrounding the situation. So the Two of Cups, we have a beautiful couple under a very powerful and safe and kind of sacred being pledging themselves and pledging their love to one another. It's not the lovers, so it doesn't have the sexual energy so much. It's more of it's a more of a in love and we're going to do this together type of a feeling. So I think you're very hopeful about it. I don't see that you're really afraid. I think you're very hopeful about the situation and this person. And if you already are in a long-term relationship, maybe you're hoping that it goes to the next level. And if you're just met somebody, maybe you're hoping they're getting ready to commit. And if you're just barely meeting, or if you're dating and you're single and you're dating, you may really be wanting this. You want a commitment. You want to settle down with somebody and have fun and just know that they're going to be there for you and you're going to be there for them. So this is a hopeful card. I don't see any fear in this other than maybe you're afraid that you won't get this. But I wouldn't worry about that. I'm looking more of it. I'm reading this more as very hopeful, just because it seems like everything else in your life you're set with and you're content. Now, the 10th position in the Celtic Cross is the outcome of the situation and of the short term. What's the outcome of this scenario? And we have the Six of Cups, again, water energy. And the Six of Cups is a excellent card for this reading, especially since you might have a couple little worries on your plate. This is an excellent outcome because you may be holding back a little bit and stepping back when everything else is going so well and they're saying, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Let's go. And so it's just this is kind of the overall tone that's flowing through this. So don't let this, and this is crossing your success. Don't let it cross your success. It's there with it. You always have to be smart and contemplate things, but it's also crossing it. So it could be affecting your work a little bit, and don't let it. Because this is the outcome. We have the Six of Cups. And this is a very youthful energy. It's a card of looking back and remembering how happy you were, how happy you are. Kind of a childlike, looking back into your past and saying, guys, those were some amazing times. I had so much fun in general and with somebody. All the cups are full. You're out in the garden. There's a beautiful village behind you. And it's just a very warm card of fond memories, youthful happiness, cheer, and activity. So what a great reading for March. And I'm sorry I'm getting this to you a little bit late. I thought about maybe I'll just do the April readings, but I wanted to do this for March also, since we are just barely still in the beginning of the month. So anyway, I hope that you like this reading. Don't worry. You're set. There's good people around you. And there have been good people around you. Okay, so I'm going to read The Spirit Dancer. Self-expression, freedom, and exploration. Now is the time to focus and really concentrate on a project or process. especially one involving the creative arts. Spontaneity, balanced by self-discipline, will help us achieve our goals. Strive for excellence, elegance, and simplicity. This is a time to bring out and share qualities that we have nurtured in private. Ah, Leos, you are working. You are working. And it seems like you've been hiding. This could be just hidden messages. That's all this could be. You've been really working, and maybe you're a little afraid to kind of bring this to the world, but it's time and it's ready. And I know you can be very creative. So bring it out to the world, share it, make it public, and be proud of what you've done, because you are being very successful, and you are, people will receive it well, and they're also there to help you. So I don't know what you've been working on. Even if it's something, even if your work life is set and maybe there's a fun hobby you've been doing that's creative, that you are getting some good ideas and you're kind of been a little nervous to bring it out into the world, and you're kind of keeping it hidden, because this is a card of hidden messages also. So I'm trying to really relate this to your love life, but this is also a card of hidden messages. So maybe just lighten up, bring it out, be creative, and maybe it'll really entice this person to go along for the ride with you. Don't ever be afraid to be creative and to share yourself.